we often think of goal setting in terms of our life, but I don't think any of us ever have this goal list for our divorce.
Right.
Because really we didn't go into the marriage thinking we were going to be divorced.
Right. Yeah. I mean, certainly at the outside of the process, we don't have any divorce goals.
No.
Unless we're the leaving spouse.
That's true. My goal might be to get rid of you.
That's not
I'm
funny.
Sorry, honey.
That's not funny. No, that's not funny.
You laughed.
It hurt my feelings.
One of the things that we need to keep in mind about goals right at the offset, we do, I think when we head into divorce, we have to start to figure out what our goals are. What do you want out of this process? And when I ask you that question, I don't mean how much support do you want a month? I mean, what is your life? What do you want for your life after this divorce is over?
Right, yeah.
What do you want that to look like? And you have to recognize that there are trade-offs. So if I say, I want to earn $1 million a year, well, I have to recognize that the trade-off for that might be I might have a little less time available for my family that year. Mm-hmm. Or I might have to sacrifice some of my self-care in order to accomplish that goal. Or, or if I decide, okay, I want to lose weight and I'm going to go to the gym every single morning at 7 a.m. Well, the sacrifice of that might be I don't get to my desk until later. And so maybe my income suffers because I spent more time to lose the weight. And so my earnings went down. So we're almost always sacrificing something else in exchange for whatever goal we're trying to attain. True. So you have to get that in your head at the outset and be okay and know that you're consciously making that sacrifice in order to obtain
That's
something you want.
That's my biggest problem with goal setting is that I am overambitious.
Oh.
It's like, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to
make $10 million.
I'm going to be a great dad to my kids and a great husband to my wife and all this goals. And I end up just, being on autopilot.
Drinking from a fire hose.
Drinking from a fire hose.
Is that the last episode?
Yes.
Time before? Something. We did that episode a few episodes ago. But, it's exactly like you say in court. When you go into court, you want 3, at the most, 3 key points, maybe 4. And I think the same is true of the advice on goal setting is they tell you like about 3 is going to be the most that anybody can focus on a given time.
That's my problem. I have 10 at least.
Yeah.
And that's I've got to go through and pare that list down.
So when I started listening to this stuff on goal setting and I was working through that, and it's just like one of the things he said in it is, I'm sure there's been a time in your life where you at least once were like pretty consistent when you did your goals and you did it. And I thought, no. And then I thought, oh yeah, there was one time. There was that one time. So one time when I was about when I finally filed for divorce, I was separated for a few months and I finally filed for divorce because I found out about the third affair and I decided, okay, I'm done. I'm done now. I want to be with this person. I love this person, but he's not changing his behavior. I'm not going to be a doormat and I've got to move on with my life and I can't be with this person anymore despite the fact that I love him. And I finally hit that realization that a life with him was not possible for me. So when I decided that, I knew straight off, again, we've talked about this previously too, but I had about 2 years of therapy by this point consistently on myself, individual therapy. And so I was at a point where I was like, you know what? I don't want to be alone. I want a partner in life. I want to be married. I want to have a husband. I want all those things. And, career-wise, I was doing okay. Kid-wise, I had a good relationship with them. Really that's the one piece for me at that moment that was missing. And so that became my top priority. And I sat down and I wrote out everything, every quality that I wanted that person to have and everything that was like just a complete non-starter for me. And I don't know if I exactly sat and read them every day, but we met on an online dating site. So I was online frequently. And the online dating site had the little profile. Mm-hmm. Where you say, what's your religious thing and what's your what level of degree do you have, and do you have kids?
And there was your list.
There was my list. Here you are. So then I'm listening to this thing on goal setting from Brian Tracy, and I'm thinking, holy crap, the only time I've ever actually done this in my life, it worked. Why am I not goal setting?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm going to start.
I'm going to start right now.
That's the moral of the story.
My goal is to start right after the podcast.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon.